Broadcasting live from the studios at WLKL 89.9 The Maxa Alternative, the sports show that puts you in the know about Lakers athletics. This is Lakers Live with Chet Novak.
Welcome, everyone, to Lakers Live. It's the first show of the fall season, and we are going to have two Lakeland Lady Laker volleyball players in here today, Cassandra Warren and Rebecca Koschel. We'll also have a new segment here, a Lakers update will be on a little while with Benton White. Let's get right to it then. Cassandra Warren, good morning still, yes?
Good morning.
Okay, now, this is your first or second year in Lakeland's volleyball team?
My second year. I'm a sophomore.
Second year. Okay. Let's take it back a little bit. Your hometown, I found it listed as Louisville. Is that right?
Yep.
Is that where you grew up, though?
Well, I was born in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
And I moved here when I was like 6, and I was raised in Louisville.
Okay, so you probably didn't start playing volleyball in Arizona.
No.
But when did that start for you?
6th grade.
Okay, and where was that?
In Louisville at my school, North Clay.
North Clay?
Yep.
Okay. And from that point, you played every year since?
Yep, and I played club volleyball, which was in between the school season. So it was like I was playing year-round.
Okay, so which was more serious, we put it that way? Or?
Well, I took school ball seriously, but club is what really helps whenever you try to recruit yourself for like college and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So how did you, now looking back on that, how did you find all your assistants, you know what I mean, as coaches? Were they good coaches for that age level at that time? Or?
Yeah, they were. My elementary school coaches, they were good at teaching like fundamentals and mostly teamwork stuff that would help later on. And then high school is when it got more detailed and complex.
Okay, and now it's much more complex.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's stay back a little bit now. What's some of your best memories of playing, like in junior high and that? Is it winning a big tournament or just?
My junior year in high school, we won against Flora, which was like our biggest rival. It's the town right next to us.
Mm-hmm. Down around 45?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And what was so memorable about that? Just the winning of it, or was it a close match?
Yeah, well, Flora, they were talking about how they were going to beat us like a month in advance, and we just didn't say anything. We're like, okay, you can think what you want. And we got there, and it seemed like the whole town of Louisville was there, the whole town of Flora was there, and we ended up beating them in 3 games.
Okay, so who was your biggest influences?
Well, my dad is really supportive. He comes to all my games, and I think that influences me a lot to do my best, and mostly my team, like whenever we just play.
Mm-hmm. Well, how was it that you went through all these years now from junior high on, and now you're here at Lakeland? So what was when did that path start? How did that happen?
I guess when I started playing club, it lasts a really long time, so you kind of get sick of it. But I think whenever you go without it for 2 weeks and realize you miss it is when you're like, wow, I really like volleyball, and I don't know, it's just that drive to keep playing.
So did a Lakeland coach or someone come down to see you then, or?
Yeah, I actually wasn't really interested in Lakeland because it was so close and everybody that I knew was going to Lakeland. And then whenever I sent my videos out, we just sent it here just to send a video, and they were interested. And when I came and visited the college, I really liked the campus and
That
stuff.
changed things then once
Yeah.
you got here.
It really did.
Do you remember some of the other schools that you were looking at?
Yeah, I was talking to Milliken, and she was trying really hard to get me to go there, so it was hard to make a decision.
And you just beat them a couple nights ago.
Yeah, the JV, we beat them.
The JV, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you glad that you chose Lakeland now?
Yes, I am. I
Okay.
like it here because I get to go home on the time whenever we don't have tournaments and stuff. So
Yeah, you're pretty close by.
yeah.
What's the preparation for this season? What do you think is the hardest part about preparing for Lakeland volleyball at this level?
The hardest part.
Is it just the pure conditioning or some skill thing that makes it difficult? Or
I think the conditioning from being out the whole summer and relaxing the summer. We're supposed to be working out, and some people don't. Some people do.
so you play on the beach or not?
We were actually going to have some sand volleyball workouts because the resistance in the sand is a lot different than being on the court.
That's a workout, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you use less players, don't you?
Yeah, just two.
Okay. New coach. Last year, Jessica Hills, right?
Yep.
And now Amory Porter. How's the transition from one to the other?
It's not that bad because he was the assistant coach last year, so we're used to what he's like. But then again, we don't have all the things that Jess was a lot more. I don't know how to say it. Strict.
Strict.
But I mean, he's strict, but it's in a different way. So it's.
So you could function with either coach though. They just have a little bit of different styles. Okay. Do you think this year's team, now that you've played some matches, you think they're stronger than last year's team?
I think we're stronger in a sense of teamwork, and I don't know. I mean, last year we had a really big hitter, Vesna, and this year we have big hitters, but not as strong as her. But I think as a team, we're stronger.
Okay.
So I think that helps a lot.
And then from last year's team now, players leave or graduate out, depart from the program. Which one of those do you miss the most? Would it be Vesna because of her skills, or another player because she helped the team a lot, was friendly, or what?
I don't know. There are only 3 sophomores, so I don't know. I got to be friends with all of them. I think that they all had a pretty good impact on me, so I miss them all the same.
What's your current position right now?
I'm a setter.
Were you always a setter?
Yep. I've always been a setter since 6th grade.
Okay. And is that front line, back line?
It's a back row. You can have a back row or a front row setter.
Okay.
Both.
And
But
you are which?
I play a back row.
A back row setter. Okay. What's the most challenging part about that, being a setter?
Setter, you just pretty much run all the play. You run the offense, and it's hard because everything kind of is on your hands because you make the plays, and so I don't know. It's actually a lot more difficult than it looks. You think you just go out there and set balls around, but you run the plays. You tell the players where they need to go, and kind of strategize from the other team's defense and run your offense off that.
That's what I was going to ask you. What kind of factors play into that for you to figure out just how you're going to run? You have a chance to set the ball this way or that way. What's one of the main things that's a factor in that decision?
One of the main things is, well, the passes. The passes need to be in a good position for me to be able to switch it up. And then also the other team's blockers. If they have big blockers, I can use their other, like, shorter blockers. I'll just set it away from the big blockers. Or if they're setting up a double block in the middle, I usually don't set the middle, and I'll...
So you got to think